Welcome back to a special dual selection from our Tempo Storm deck introduction series, featuring Exodia Mage. In both its standard and wild lists, Exodia Mage is a deck that wins with an infinite damage combo. This is done by playing 4 Sorcerer's Apprentices, 2 from the main deck and 2 generated from Molten Reflection, along with Archmage Antonidas, which reduces the cost of fireballs to 0. The player then fires off an infinite amount of damage. Though game animations prevent you from actually dealing infinite damage, you can easily burn out opponents with absurd amounts of health. The catch is that normally the full combo is 14 mana, which is typically not possible with Hearthstone's 10 mana cap. There are currently 2 ways to build your deck to get this OTK combo off in Standard, and an extra version that exists exclusively in Wild. In this video, we will go over all 3 variants of this deck. Exodia Mage is based off the controlling old-school Freeze Mage core that existed in the game before Wild split off from Standard. Using Frost Nova and Doomsayer, Blizzard, Ice Barrier, and Ice Block, you stall your opponent from dealing lethal damage to you while trying to assemble your combo. However, instead of using the old-school strategy of burning them out over time with Fireballs and Frostbolt and Ice Lance and Alexstrasza, now you use your deck's OTK strategy. In Standard, the premier combo revolves around Open the Waygate. Once the Mage quest is completed, you gain an extra turn, giving you enough mana to get all your pieces on the board and kick off the combo over 2 turns. Additionally, there is a new version of this deck in Standard due to the Kobolds Catacombs introduction of Leyline Manipulator. Its Battlecry discounts cards in your hand that did not start in your deck by 2 mana, which allows for some shenanigans with some of the Mage cards that already exist in the game. For instance, Simulacrum creates a duplicate of the cheapest minion in your hand. As it technically did not start in your deck, by leylining 2 Sorcerer's Apprentices that are created by Simulacrums, you can get the combo off in Standard without the quest. At the moment, the quest variant of the deck is the most consistent, as you can typically assemble the quest quicker and the random spells can help you stall. Random mage spells are typically pretty good at making an impact on the board. In Wild, the deck is much more streamlined thanks to Emperor Thaurissan. It's very similar to the old-school Freeze Mage decks, as the deck only runs vast amounts of draw, board freezes, and the combo. It's not held back by waiting on creating and playing 6 spells generated from outside of the deck, or by all the hoops that Leyline Manipulator makes you jump through. Without these distractions, the deck can focus more on cycling to assemble the combo, then killing the opponents after only 1 tick from the Emperor, requiring only 4 mana discounted over 5 cards. Exodia Mage is designed to do one specific thing: draw its combo while holding off aggression. Because of this, its matchups are quite polarizing. You don't have as much flexibility in the deck list to check against certain matchups like other board-centric decks are able to. The deck will always be weaker against aggro strategies and have the potential to be outpaced by other combo decks like Combo Priest, Uther OTK Paladin, or sometimes even Wild Giants Warlock. If you're running into situations where aggro may be more plentiful, Arcane Artificer is a good inclusion in the deck, as additional life gain may be appropriate. Volcanic Potion is also a good tech card if token-style decks become prevalent in your local meta. If you're running into more controlling archetypes, adding more draw is a good idea for the deck, with cards like Acolyte of Pain, Cold Light Oracle, and Loot Hoarder being serious considerations. If you're running into more aggro in Standard, Ghastly Conjurer is a good option for either build, as it generates a spell that did not start in your deck as well as stave off mid-game aggression. This synergizes well with the quest as well as Leyline Manipulator. For Wild, the deck can use the best non-Reno neutral heal in the game, Antique Healbot, to add in more stability against aggressive pushes. If Exodia Mage becomes prevalent in the meta, opponents will start teching in cards to disrupt your strategy, making you discard your Sorcerer's Apprentices and Archmage with cards like Dirty Rat, Gnome Ferretu, and one of the Lich King's Death Knight cards, Death Grip. You typically lose the game if Archmage is taken out of your hand or deck, but you can mitigate the loss of a Sorcerer's Apprentice by playing 1 or 2 copies of Simulacrum. This allows you to generate extra Sorcerer's Apprentices and actually make your combo more consistent to draw into. However, this is a less effective strategy in the Leyline Manipulator version of the deck, as both of the Simulacrums are required for the combo in that version. Whether your favorite flavor of Exodia Mage runs the quest, Leyline Manipulator, or Emperor Thaurissan, this deck is a hidden powerhouse that creates an infinite damage combo. Playing a stalling style of gameplay similar to the Freeze Mages of old, the deck is a good test of skill, as turns may not be as obvious as a standard curve deck. When played optimally, the reward of an unlimited fireball combo is quite satisfying. As always, please leave a like if you enjoyed this video and join the discussion in the comments below. Let us know what you would like us to cover in our next deck introduction. Finally, don't forget to subscribe and stay up to speed with all of Tempo Storm's Hearthstone news and content.